What is up, guys? It is Sebastian back with another video, and this video I'm just going to be talking about the new Arms Warrior changes for Battle for Azeroth. It's on Wowhead, and a lot of these are actually sort of interesting. So, as you can see, a lot of the talents have been changed. Even this first whole row has been changed. It would be before Dauntless, Overpower, and Sweeping Strikes. So now we have War Machine. This is a talent used for Fury. It's in the game right now, but only for the Fury class. Sudden Death. And it seems that a lot of these... I'm pretty sure Sudden Death was in the game. Your damaging melee abilities have a chance to make your next execute cost no rage be usable. Okay, so Sudden Death is basically the Ayla Stoneheart legendary for arms that's currently best in slot at this moment. It seems you can get that for a talent instantly. And then we've got Skull Splitter. This just seems like a basic attack, really. Just you deal some damage, you get some rage. Simple as that. And then the War Machine, your auto attacks generate 10% more rage. Killing an enemy instantly generates 20 rage. Increases your movement speed. So that seems interesting. Seems like this is going to be like a replacement for Dauntless. Speaking of, we'll get to this later, but Double Time, that's still there. Stormbolt, seems they're removing Shockwave, because or else this would have been here. These are the same, these are the same. Now this one's actually, I kind of find it interesting. So first off, we have Unbridled Rage. Bladestorm and Whirlwind critical strikes generate 1 rage. So, it seems average. Then we got Warbreaker that replaces Colossus Smash. And it seems like Colossus Smash is not really going to be replacing, or going to be in our main rotation, really. Or else, why would we get this with a 45-second cooldown? So, this is basically just the artifact ability as of now. And we all know what Cleave is. Strikes all enemies in front of you with a sweeping attack for 100 physical damage, inflicting deep wounds. And deep wounds is going to be the new mastery passive, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's going to be the new mastery passive. I remember this being in the Arms talent tree back in Wrath of the Lich King and such. And with that, I don't know, it seems interesting they're bringing it back. Was it in this current expansion? I don't really remember. But, well, it's here now. So that's going to be replacing the Master instead of the Colossus Smash. And we can even see Colossus Smash is now more of a burst ability, it seems, than part of the main rotation. Alright, so let's go back to the talents. We got Mortal Combo, which is actually not an extra Mortal Strike attack, but instead, Mortal Strike increases the damage of your next melee ability by 15%. And Mortal Strike is still part of your main rotation, I'm guessing. So it just makes your Mortal Strike a little bit more powerful, or has better synergy, even though you're probably going to either be using Overpower or Slam right after it. Maybe Execute. We got Feather of Battle, that's still the same. Deadly Calm. Reduces the rage cost of your abilities by 100% for 10 seconds. So, seems like another like cooldown. We got Anger Management. We got Dreadnought. Overpower has 2 charges, and it's increases the damage of your next Mortal Strike and Execution by an additional 20. And I feel this may be actually very interesting because Overpower is now baseline now. And I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Yeah, it's still the same. So, Overpower increases the damage of your next Mortal Strike or Execute. So what I feel that's going to happen is, since we have Executioner's Precision now, baseline, a big burst is going to be 2 of these 2 Executes followed by an Overpower. And if you got 2 charges of Overpower, you do that. It doesn't seem like it's a proc anymore. Overpower the enemy critically. Yeah, it's not even a proc. It's just a cooldown ability, as you can see, 12-second recharge. So it's probably going to be like 2 of these overpowered than Mortal Strike. And with this talent, it seems like it can do a lot of damage. So because that would be 50 with 2 executes, and this would make it 150 for the Mortal Strike. So it's basically going to go back to the normal Executioner's Precision, which would be 75% for every Mortal Strike, or not every execute, I mean, stacking up to 2 executes for 150%. So it seems like that's going to be the rotation now, since Overpower is getting added to the mix, if you want to put it like that. And it seems like Overpower is just a free use, and yeah. And then we got Ravager. Ravager is still basically the same. So, this, I didn't even notice this. So it seems Commanding Shout has been replaced by Rallying Cry, or they just switched the name. And I'm looking for anything else. Oh, Battle Shout. So it seems like they're also replacing Battle Shout. Before in Wrath of the Lich King, or Cataclysm, I think was the last expansion with it. It only lasts for 2 minutes. It seems now increases the strength and agility of all raid and party members within 100 yards by 5% for 1 hour. And it's an instant. It doesn't seem like it costs any rage. It seems like you can just spam this, really, if one person misses out on it. I'm looking for anything else. Oh, yes. So it seems Sweeping Strike. It's going to be, what I'm going to feel is, it's going to be similar to Blade Fury, or the old Blade Fury, because I'm pretty sure the old Blade Fury, you would cast it, and it's like for 10 seconds, you can deal like, all your attacks deal AoE, and it feels like that's going to be it, because if you read it, for 10 seconds, your Overpower Mortal Strike, if you got Rend or Skull Splitter, those are added to it. Slam and Execute, hit 1 additional target within 8 yards for 100% damage. So it seems like this is going to be more of a cleave ability. It's good that they're adding Sweeping Strikes to deal more, or deliver for more abilities than just Mortal Strike and Execute. That's like one thing I disliked about Sweeping Strikes, that it only applies to those 2 abilities. But it seems interesting, and we get that at level 22, and I don't know, 25 seconds, and for 10 of those seconds, you get it. But it seems like it has been reduced to 1 additional enemy instead of 2, so that's going to be interesting. I'm also looking here. We get Heroic Threat level 17. I don't understand that change, but whatever. But I'm looking at it, and we get a lot of the passives very early on, like Executioner's Precision at level 28, and that's like, I mean, I guess at level 28 you don't really, how can I put this? You don't really have enough time to do your full rotation, so maybe in dungeons this may be good with the new dungeon changes, but we really had to see how Arms deals when the expansion drops. But these changes are very interesting, to say the least, and overall I think these changes are for the better of Arms. Arms was, this expansion, I feel, very lackluster, very simplified, dumbed down, because all you would do is just Colossus Smash, Mortal Strike. When it's off cooldown, you do that. If you got Rend, just keep Rend up, and you only really had to press 3 or 4 buttons, not including your cooldowns. So I definitely feel adding some of this into the mix is going to be very interesting. I'm still curious to see what this is, because it seems like they overhauled Shockwave, because Shockwave used to be here. I don't know if that's what's going to happen to Shockwave then. Maybe it's just like a red herring. They just haven't added Shockwave to the talents, and it's just going to be Shockwave when the expansion drops. But I don't know. I'm excited to see Overpower back in the mix, even though it seems like it has changed definitely from its original past, because before you would need to block or parry, but it seems now you can just cast it every 12 seconds, and if you got the Dreadnought talent, then you can just easily do 2 charges and make that Mortal Strike very very good. But I don't know. I'm just looking at everything. I'm excited for raid buffs like Battleship to come back. I don't know. It's one of the quirks I enjoyed about WoW back. Like, it's like, okay, time to buff. I mean, you could also say the same thing with ammunition, but I don't know. It's one of those. It's just like one of those like nostalgia things to WoW. Like, everyone remembers buffing up back in old dungeons and raids, and it's just, I don't know. It's nice to see it back after it not appearing in Legion. But yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't know this happened, yeah, check it out. The link will be in the description. It's for every class right now. Some classes have more drastic changes than others, but, you know, check out your class and such. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.